in the Netherlands, back inside the room that you all know. What's up, everyone? How are you doing? Okay. So, wow. What a day in and out of France, south of France. So today traveled back to the Netherlands. I'm very tired, so it won't be a long live stream, that's for sure. Walking through Beausoleil and Monaco earlier today. Actually saw the girlfriend of Charles Leclerc with Leo as well. I bumped into her in front of the Ferrari store next to the conference center earlier today. So that was an interesting meeting there. And yeah, lots of walking, lots of checking, and eventually back to the airport. Now, during a flight, I can't deny having noise cancelling headphones is so good. So I never had headphones, honestly. I always just had in-ears. But I bought myself some noise cancelling headphones because I never had them before, but based on headsets I had in the past as a gamer, I was like, yeah, I do like stuff over my ears and not always in the ears. Man, noise cancelling headsets, it's so good when traveling by plane. It reduces the noise so much. It really helps. So I had a good flight back home, and now we are live once again. So how you doing? How you doing? Samuel Douwe answered this question. Jozef, goed dat je erbij bent. Welkom. Yes, I mean, we checked it and the apartment looks good. And it's up, in the end, it's up to the owner because there's always multiple people interested. But I can't deny we have done all we could, send all the papers, send all the overviews, visited. I even made a video for the owner as well, which hopefully he appreciates. Yeah, it's an amazing apartment. It's a great view, looking over a part of Monaco, the eastern side, and yeah, I mean, now it's just a waiting game. Let's hope, let's hope. It's an amazing apartment, and we wish we are going to be the ones that can take it. So Mido, how you doing? Welcome. My day is truncated. Nice. Jen, how you doing? Time for a great update. Good to have you here, Jen. How are you doing? How's all the learning going? Thanks for your kind emails as well, by the way, Jen. Which one? What do you mean? His current girlfriend. So I'm bad with names, so you know, but at least I know the dog, Leo. So she was walking around with Leo and a bodyguard, and I was in the Ferrari store opposite of the conference center, and then I walked out of the store. I can even show you on Google Maps the exact location, but I walked out of the Ferrari store. I went right, and she came walking towards me. Yeah, she was having Leo there as well. Oh, the headphones, lol. I thought you were talking about girlfriends. I have the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra. Yeah. I mean, can recommend. It's a great pair, and the noise cancelling is amazing. Yeah, I love it. It's so good, man. It's so good. It's over the ears as well. I also actually use it for recording my videos so that I block out noises from outside. So I only use it for the noise cancelling. Sorry for that. So that I can focus on recording my content without hearing stuff around me. So it's the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra. Yeah, I did lots of research, and that one came out very well, so I got it. What's up, Andy? How you doing? Yeah, Dow, I recommend checking it out. Check it out. So someone I know, we will, by the way, go into Elliott Wave analysis. We always chat a bit in the beginning. Tim, how you doing? So yeah, big like Dawa. The girlfriend of my brother has the Bose Quiet Comfort. I have the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra, so it's just a step above with a couple of features and a couple of little things and whatnot. But actually the Bose Quiet Comfort was for discount on bol.com last week. I'm not sure if it's still on discount, but you might want to check. The Ultra is not, by the way. It's just that the Quiet Comfort was, so you might be interested. Yo, Dogan, how you doing? Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Okay, so in this live stream, what we're gonna do is talk Elliott Waves. Pretty much gonna cover what I covered in the video this morning. We do have a little bit of more, like a bit more information here. Touch the 886, taken from the low to the high, increasing probabilities to sooner or later take out the low. So we're gonna talk about that as well. Janice, how you doing? Good to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you here, as I bet my subscribers from the Asian Australian side are sleeping, but and Europe is getting to bed. So I can imagine we get some Americans here today as well. But yeah, so we touched the 886. As mentioned in the previous update and in the live stream yesterday, this move to the upside has a low probability of being an impulse, high probability it's corrective, increasing probabilities to continue ranging or take the low at some point. Today I was pretty much gone away from the charts, but we had a bit of news earlier today at 2:30 p.m. Central European time here. A bit of volatility on the chart I saw just before the live stream over here. And now we touch the 886, taken from the low to the high. So that increases probabilities that sooner or later you're going to take out that low. Any move to the upside now has a higher probability of being corrective in a wave C or Y, increasing probabilities to sooner or later take out the low. Doesn't mean you might, you're going to do it directly and immediately. After an 886 touch, price has a bit of a tendency to move to the golden pocket again. So that is why it's a template on my chart, but we'll see, we'll see. At least the probabilities after an 886 touch are very clear. So yeah, let's have a look here. We do have some bearish CVD divergences on the 15, lower high on price, higher high on the CVD on yellow here. Of course, we also have bullish, higher low, yes, as well. Higher low, lower low. Yeah, we're already at the lower end of the range, really. But yeah, that is pretty much what's what's impacting probabilities locally. But we're gonna zoom out. I also think I want to do the weekly again now. So let me jump to the weekly time frame. And I will talk about this one and this one. So these two are going to be the ones I want to talk about on a weekly time frame. And then we're going to start on the weekly, then move to the daily, and then the low time frame stuff. Can you please check the yeah, so there is I might know what you mean, but we do have a bullish CVD here, higher low, lower low, right? We did touch the 886 now though. So I mean, look, the CVD, the target for this bullish CVD is this high. Now you did touch the 886, increasing probabilities to sooner or later take out the low. So that would be a high risk setup now. Like if trading CVD, arguably this area was a better entry for a potential long CVD with a higher low, lower low on the golden pocket. But the moment you hit an 886, price does again have a tendency to move back to the golden pocket. But then it's more like a potential get out at break even type of thing than yeah, anything else, because you touched the 886. So yeah, 3-minute bear, bit of bull as well at the low. So triangle on the 1 min. Jeez, the 1 minute, yo. That's a low time frame. Okay, let's start, shall we? Yeah, so I'm going to cover both of these scenarios. First start with the impulse and then with the 1112, because I do actually want to cover the 1112 here. Preferably your wave 2 is already finished, honestly, when looking at time. So let me move the invalidation up here. Oh wow, I didn't know my chart was off. Sorry guys, not that much happened on my chart, but chart sharing was off. If you want to check out my chart and see everything I do on a daily basis on the chart, links in the description. There's no paywall. If I do anything on my chart, you'll see it, unless I turn this off whenever I do more private stuff. So, you know, sometimes you'll refresh your screen and you're like, oh shit, Koenz's trading view is not working. Okay, let's start. So welcome everyone. Good to have you here. It's going to be quite a short live stream as I had a very busy day coming from the south of France back home in the Netherlands. But let's cover some Elliott Waves, a little bit of chatting, and then it's going to be bedtime. It is minute 16. I got my water. I'm ready to roll. So, always nice zooming out sometimes. On a weekly time frame, currently the primary as it stands is this scenario here where we are looking for a bigger impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inside wave 3 in yellow, we have the lower degree count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now, currently, preferably maybe even, this low is in, wave 4 is finished on the common target area for wave 4, right? 382.05, 57.5, 53.3K, invalidation 49.3K. So you don't want to go down and hit that invalidation. If you do go down, it's no problem, but you don't want to hit 49.3K here. Of course, we're looking for price to move to the upside. Wave 5 has to end above wave 3. Well, it's not a has, but it is very rare to have a truncated 5 where wave 5 is ending below wave 3. Incredibly rare, so we don't really look for that. We want price to take out the all-time high. The common target area for your wave 5 is between the 1.236 and the 0.618 on the chart. So 78.6K, 110.6K. That is a very big target area, I know. However, based on more local structures, we can get a better idea and a smaller target area. This is the weekly target area. The moment we go to a daily time frame and then lower, 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 and we get more information as price then moves up, we can become more specific, right? We can get more specific and we can get better and better and better target areas. Because wave 2 is long in time, compared to wave 1, it is quite a lengthy, very shallow wave 2. This wave 4 has a higher probability of being sharp. So this is a very shallow wave 2 retracing to the 382 here. Increasing probabilities, this wave 4 is going to be a deep retracement. Deep meaning the 0.5, 0.382 area taken from the low of 2 to wherever the high of 3 is going to be in yellow. So we can expect a bit of a sharp move down in 4, a high percentage move to the downside, and the wave 4 of a higher degree does like to retrace to the wave 4 price action of a lower degree, which is the price action in green between 74 and 56K. After wave 4 in yellow, we look for a move up in a final wave 5 to finish a impulse to the upside and look for a bigger corrective structure. What's up, Mark? Welcome, man. Simon. A 1-1-1-2. So this is your most bullish scenario. It can't get more bullish than this, where you have a bigger 1-2, a second 1-2, and arguably your third 1-2 preferably is finished. Looking at the size of your 2 here, it would actually be nice if that one is in a 1-1-1-2, because then this wave 2 is not much bigger than the wave 2 in green. And why I say that is, we talk about Elliott Wave degrees here. The highest degree is yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then inside the yellow 3, you have a lower degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Preferably your lower degree 1 and 2 are shorter in time and price compared to your higher degree 1, 2. And they have another, inside the green wave 3, you have a blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so preferably your wave 2 is finished. 56.5K would of course invalidate that thought. And then on the lower time frames, preferably have another 1, 2 here before then moving to the upside in a very big wave 3. Basically, what this scenario is going to lead to is an insane push to the upside, much bigger than anything we've had in the bull market so far. Right? This should be a very, very big wave 3 to the upside, compared to here where we look for a wave 5 target, another range, and then another push. But these pushes are 5, 4, 5s, And here we look for a 3 and then 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. So 3 more pushes to the upside afterwards. Now locally, for both of these weekly scenarios, on the 12-hour, the bullish scenario is the same. So here, we don't care if this is a wave 4 or a wave 2 in the weekly bullish scenario. In both of these scenarios, if we're bullish and this is your low, we're looking for price to move up impulsively, where we have a finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending wave 1, right? And then looking for corrective 2. Most common target in wave 2 is the green box, 05786, 64.3, 59.8. The 88, or sorry, the 0.382 here has been tapped, which is a minimum target, but it is an uncommon target for wave 2. That's why it's orange, 66k. 886 is very rare. We don't want to hit the 886. And then after wave 2, we look for continuation to the upside. Now, preferably, a wave 2 is going to end after the 0.382 fib time, taken from the start to the end of your wave 1, which is sitting on the 22nd of June. So later this month. So therefore, there's the potential locally to continue this range and only end it after the 22nd inside the common target area. Look for a bounce and a move to the upside for wave 3. Right? So that's definitely interesting. I also spoke about this when price made the low touching the 382, where we already spoke about time, and this being a zigzag to the downside. Well, a wave 2 likes to be a zigzag. It's a common target in a wave 2, or a common pattern in a wave 2 as well. But time-wise, this was such a short corrective structure compared to your wave 1 that preferably this was not the low, which then was confirmed by price moving up, which had a higher probability of being corrective once we got a little retracement here touching the 618. If this goes too fast, make sure to check out the live stream yesterday. Yeah, very high probability. This is a 3-wave structure, of course, which increases probabilities. We are not yet finished with this range in this scenario for then your wave 2. Right? And then we look for price to move up, take the high, and everyone happy. The bearish scenario is a bigger sideways range, lower probabilities than the scenario I've just shown. Here we have a regular flat in W, expanding flat in X. We look for a wave Y. Inside wave X, we have the expanding flat ABC. That's a bit of an issue here. It lowers the probabilities for this scenario. Reason is your wave C, because your wave C is longer than twice the length of A plus B in time, which lowers the probabilities that this move up is a wave C. And you take the fib time, the blue one, start of A, end of B. Toggle on the 2, and your wave C it then ends after the 2, which is not preferred. Nonetheless, if that's the high of your X, we're looking for a wave Y. Wave Y can be one of 3 structures, either a zigzag 535, a flat ABC, or a triangle. Now, because of the local price action, if we're looking for a zigzag, right, we should have pretty much finished. But this move up, low probabilities, it's impulsive in continuation, and we didn't even get close to the target area for wave Y, both in price and time. Price 0.618, 1.236 trend base fib extension from the start to the end of W to the end of X, 63.2, 54.3, and time-wise, the 382 taken from the same pivots, comparing W with Y, sitting on the 21st of June. So preferably wave Y would end after that date. So this would be very short for a zigzag. An impulse to the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a bigger zigzag is invalidated because of this move to the upside. This is not a wave 4 anymore, right? And a double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 and get a bigger 3 doesn't have great probabilities at the moment because of how high your second wave 2 went. So you're looking for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? But your second wave 2 touched the 886 of the second wave 1. It's a rare target for a wave 2. So we can't give it high probabilities. because then you would be looking for 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 retracement in B and then another C to the downside. So that means that a flat or triangle has higher probabilities from an Elliott wave point of view. Now a triangle, that has to be this with a zigzag in A, right, has to finish here. But you can see that if this is A, we didn't hit the target for your wave Y. So it's not great probabilities. We're looking for a triangle. Besides, it's way too early because you need at least till wave D before starting to think about triangles, right? If you start thinking about triangles before even wave D is in, it's very early. It's low probability. So preferably you wait. Other scenarios have a higher probability until wave D comes. And 1 second. Thank you. Oh, getting tea from my wifey. Very nice. It's sleepy tea, no Ash? Minty, no caffeine. Oh, nice. We like tea. So basically that means we have the flat as a remaining option where we then look for wave A, wave B, and then a wave C. If we take this low though, the flat is also going to have lower probabilities. So in general, the probabilities here are not yet too great for the WXY, right? In other words, a wave 2 at the moment has higher probabilities. What's up, Holton Totten? How are you doing? Welcome. Okay, the local stuff. So because of what I explained, the probabilities are higher to continue a range, but that was confirmed with this move to the upside, right? So we had our first move down, A, B, C, labeling this as a W or a wave A. The moment you finish a zigzag, you don't know what it is, right? Either you're going to be looking for a finished corrective structure and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But as mentioned, if this is your correction for a wave 2, it's very short. And also for a wave Y, it's very short. So preferably, it wasn't the end, right? Probability-wise, the probabilities were higher to continue ranging. We got to move to the upside, which can't be counted as an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 4 retraced too deep, invalidating a wave 4. A double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, invalidated. Second wave 2, too deep. And they have a diagonal, but a diagonal is way too early, because also here, preferably, you're waiting for a wave 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After wave 4 is in, that's when we can start thinking diagonals. So therefore, probability is higher to continue the range, taking out this low eventually. At least that's a higher probability in both a WXY and a flat. Because a W looking for X and a wave Y is a sideways double combo starting with a zigzag in W. Wave W can only be a zigzag or a flat structure. So here it is a zigzag. Then we look for X and wave Y. Because wave W is a zigzag, wave Y in this scenario actually, by the way, can still be. 1 second, I gotta say this correctly. Put the 0.7 on. Yeah, we didn't hit the 0.7, so we could still get a double zigzag, which is a deep retracement. If this would be the high and the end of your X, we can still look for another zigzag in an A, B, C to the downside to finish wave Y here. So, okay, the options are open. So we're looking for a W, X, Y, either a double zigzag, preferably then this is your high. You look for another A, B, C here. Or wave Y is going to be either a triangle or a flat. A zigzag, as mentioned, is an option. Okay, that's a lot of options. Let me just continue where I left off. So we're looking for a wave W here, right? That's finished. Your wave X is very short. If this is your finished X to the upside here, is also short compared to W. Now wave X is tricky. Same with wave Bs. A wave X can at times be very short or very long and still be a wave X. Time is not an invalidation, but it helps with probabilities. So generally, or based on probabilities preferably, this is actually not yet the end of your wave X, because your wave X then would be so incredibly short in time, not even hitting or ending after the 0.382 taken from the start to the end of W, which was the 13th of June, 7 a.m. So therefore, preferably your wave X is still going to continue. So you're still going to continue the range inside your wave X here. Target area for X, 618.886, 697, 71.3K. Inside this area, we do have some additional resistance. The blue box, 70.8 to 71K. After wave X, we look for a wave Y down. For a double zigzag in a WXY, preferably X is finished. However, in a sideways double combo, right, preferably your X is not yet finished. And then wave Y cannot be a zigzag if you take out this high, right, because you're going to hit the 0.7, decreasing probabilities for a double zigzag. And then in wave Y, we look for either a flat. So if price would move up and end somewhere here, we're either going to be looking for a flat or a triangle. I think I'm going to remove the flat, but first let me explain why. Because the second scenario was a flat and then a wave A, B, and then a wave is C. Most common flat is an expanding flat where the B target is up here, 73.3, 74.2, and then wave C ends below A. The reason, however, that probabilities are lower for this scenario is because most commonly wave B is a zigzag family structure, so either a 535 or a WXY double zigzag or WXY-XZ triple zigzag, but that's very rare. So for a zigzag, we wanted to see a 535, but we got a three-wave move to start with, so a zigzag is invalidated for B. And a double zigzag WXY, preferably your X does not touch the 0.7 Fibonacci taken from the low to the high of your W. Oh, my mouse. Lol. And we touched the 0.7, significantly reducing probabilities for a double zigzag in B. And as mentioned, by far most commonly wave B is a zigzag family structure. So therefore the probabilities are reduced for the flat compared to the WXY. In other words, a WXY has a higher probability than the flat. In other words, probabilities are higher to continue ranging below this high at 72K, right? Looking for W, preferably your X is not yet finished and you continue a range here because of time, and then another wave Y. Of course, your wave Y can still be a flat to take the highs and then move down, but that's something we see at a later stage, right? So I think for now, also to keep things easy, I'm going to do this. And we're just going to keep an eye on the WXY first. Locally, nice three-wave structure, right, to the upside. During the news pump, it's also quite common when you see such a high volume news move out of nowhere to give it all back. It's so typical. But you can see that, so three-wave move up and a move to the downside. Can we count it as an impulse? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly. Corrective structure. This one is a bit more difficult to count as an impulse. So that is why I am considering a potential flat in over here. A structure 1, structure 2, structure 3. It's not as sharp as an impulse. If this is a 1, 2, and then you look for wave 3, then what is this doing? Okay, then we need a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. But if this is after a double 1, 2, if this is your 3, it's quite small as a wave 3. So yeah, it smells a bit like a little bit of a bounce. Shortly before I continue talking about probabilities, we touched the 886 from the low to the high. Any move to the upside has a higher probability of being a C or Y, increasing probabilities to take the low. So the probabilities locally are higher to sooner or later take out the low, right? Whatever happens locally at the moment. Yeah, we also currently are in the common target area for wave B in a flat. So It's at least something to think about. Value area low. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of a bounce here. Maybe a golden pocket retest. So the reason so this is brainstorm. So let's talk probabilities first, and then go into more like brainstorm. So on the 12-hour on the weekly time frame, probabilities are higher for the bulls, right? On the 12-hour time frame, probabilities are also higher for the bullish scenario, where we take out the all-time high. Maybe after we can, then the bearish scenario, if we do, becomes a flat, and the bullish scenario, of course, is continuation. But yeah, probabilities are higher to sooner or later take out that high, right? Not the low first, but the high first at the moment. Preferably, however, looking for a bit of a deeper retracement in a bullish scenario for the wave 2. And locally, on a 1 hour, probabilities are also high to sooner or later take out the low, as price here touched the 886. This is not an impulse, but a corrective structure, and that increases probabilities to sooner or later take out that low. However, preferably your X is not yet finished then in a WXY because of time, but you do have that opportunity. And if we do, and this is WX, and we look for Y, then preferably Y is a double zigzag based on the beginning here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finished. Look for a 3-wave structure, and then you have your wave A, B, and then you have another leg down in C. You take the lows, and then we look for a continuation of the bull market at that stage. We do have some bullish and bearish CVDs locally. The bearish CVDs played out. Oh, we got new ones. Yeah, so we still have a little bit of bearish CVD, also bullish, but locally bearish here. So yeah, that's pretty much the analysis. So weekly bullish, daily 12-hour time frame bullish, but preferably looking for a lower wave 2, right, between the 05786. That makes me think target areas to the downside here, 65.1, 65.3. Then we have 62.9, 63K, and then we go back to the 50s, 59, which would be very interesting indeed, no? I think I from a psychology point of view, I actually wouldn't mind, because I bet that once we touch 59 again, the bears are gonna like open their mouths again. But that would be nice, because it's just a psychological number, the 60K. Oh, we gotta hold 60K, that sort of stuff. But if you actually dip below, it could be very interesting to look for support, and a potential bigger bounce up or continuation back to the upside. But we're only at 66, so you know we first have to lose a couple of support levels. So yeah, weekly bullish, 12-hour bullish, preferably still moving to the downside inside the wave 2, the green box area, 64.2, 59.8. And locally, probabilities are higher for the WXY here, and probabilities higher to take out this low at some point. So before turning bullish here at the lows, of course, need to see some proof of support. But we had a sharp move down on a high amount of volume. So if we count this impulsively, preferably your wave 3 here is already finished, which means that afterwards you're looking for 4 or 5 price actions. So that's why like there's a possibility for a finished 5-wave structure where this price action here is part of a corrective move. Where this move down here is either, arguably wave A preferably, and then you look for a corrective structure and continuation. We need to see some support though. So yeah, that's pretty much it really. Oh, water. Mark Dutch, what's up, Mark, mate? Bonjour. The connection is really bad. It must be your end, yeah. I think so. No one else seems to have a problem. I am now connected to the router as well. So I received a 25-meter internet cable from the provider, and I connected my laptop here all the way down to the router directly. So my internet speed should be really, really good. So hopefully it's reflected by the fact that you guys do not have any problems. I mentioned in the analysis, wave X's can be short, also because zigzag structures tend to be short. So they and it's a wave X, so they don't always listen to the 382 fib time. So a zigzag most commonly, or a wave X is most commonly a zigzag family structure, and the zigzag itself in a 535 is the most common zigzag structure. So that is your most, yeah, that's the one you start looking for first. If you think about a WXY, you're first going to look for wave X to be a zigzag, but a wave X can be any corrective structure. If it doesn't hit the 0.7, it can be any corrective structure. So you can have a shallow WXY, you can have a flat, a triangle, anything can end below the 0.7, yeah. So it all depends on the subwaves. That's what also makes wave X a complex corrective structure. They are usually tricky because you got to count the subwaves to figure out when it ends. No, Samuel, short repeat is, so for the nodes, wave W and wave Y are related to one another. Wave X is separate, so wave X is solo, right? So if wave W is a zigzag, right, then wave X can do whatever it wants to do, right? It doesn't matter. But then your wave Y, one second. Okay, there we go. So there's two WXYs, right? We have a sideways WXY, the sideways double combo, and we have a sharp WXY, the double zigzag. What impacts the probabilities is the 0.7. So when you have a wave X, which can be any corrective structure, and wave X touches the 0.7, the probabilities are decreased immediately for a double zigzag, significantly. And the probabilities increase significantly for a sideways WXY. If price does not touch the 0.7, right, and you start moving down again impulsively, I mean, probability is higher for the double zigzag compared to the sideways structure. Now, in a sideways double combo, where you have a wave W, you have an X and a Y, if wave W is a zigzag, wave Y can only be a triangle or a flat. Cannot be a zigzag in the sideways structure, sideways WXY. If wave W, okay, never mind, is a flat, right, and wave X can be anything, let's say it's a zigzag, in a sideways double combo, your wave Y now, because W is a flat, your wave Y can be a zigzag, your wave Y can be a flat as well, or your wave Y can be a triangle. What I recommend, I'm going to give you homework, is to go to my channel, and for the people that haven't seen it yet, everything you need to know about Elliott Waves is in this playlist. It's a full Elliott Wave guide. So what I recommend you is to move down in the playlist and go to the final two videos, the WXY. Oh, what? Let's first do a timeout because I think it's actually a scammer or a spammer. Okay, so we have a WXY, WXY-XZ. Check out these two videos starting with the WXY, right? Check this one first. And this one will answer your question. And also, by the way, check out the double zigzag. So these are the two to watch. Double zigzag first, and then the WXY. I guess that would be the good order. All right. This playlist, by the way, start with the first video and work yourself down right in the playlist. So this playlist has been online for, I think, 7 days now or something, 8. And already 2.6 thousand people watched content in here. So that's great. I'm happy to see that people find it valuable and learn some Elliott Waves. Elliott Waves is cool. Elliott Waves, I think, is very useful. It's just a great tool to have in your toolbox. Ending diagonal. I don't see an ending diagonal here at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're probably looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess. So you're probably looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that case. 1, 2, 3. So we do this. In that case, your invalidation is the upper trend line. Not really looking for a diagonal at the moment because I mean, it's such a big structure. If this is your 5 and this is your 1, so because your wave 4 is not yet finished of a diagonal, I'm first looking for a flat. If you do end up hitting that upper trend line of the channel, a diagonal is invalidated. But if you find resistance at the order block here and move down, yeah, you could be thinking about a ending diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, we do want overlap. So we do have overlap at least with the 1 here. But if this is your 2, we want a little bit of a 4, no? Yeah, this order block together with the golden pocket here is interesting resistance, which would also work with looking for a bounce, but then it's up to checking resistance here. I'm not yet looking for an ending diagonal here. Could be, but not yet really looking for it. What's up, Crazy Potato? ETH finished ABC. Yeah, same to the upside in that case for Bitcoin. You speak English or Spanish? I speak English. And Dutch, that's my mother language, native language. And I speak a bit of French. Gotta improve that a bit though. What's up, QZ World? Mark, cheers. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, Doda, discovering new patterns, eh? Cheers, Simon. Lopi Chica, watching from Botswana. Jeez. Botswana. Let me have a look here. Where are you at? Oh, right above South Africa. Yo, where's the guy? Lopi Chica. I am in Cape Town at least once a year. So hey, I'm not too far from Botswana actually. Maybe one day I'll visit it with my wife. Could be fun. I have been to the Kruger National Park once. Oh. So I have been to the Kruger National Park once here because I visited Joburg during my backpacking trip. Went to Kruger Park and then backpacking wise after Kruger Park went down to Durban. Went through the Drakensbergen here. Did some hikes and then did the Coffee Bay. That's where I did some surfing. Port Elizabeth. Here you have a hike, the Otter Trail, which is an amazing hike. So yeah, I'm in Africa quite a lot. Botswana, good to have you here. Sunday, another altcoin stream? Yes. Sunday is another altcoin stream. Let me double check my agenda here. Yes. When can we expect a top in the bullish scenario? CD-ROM. Nice. CD-ROM, are you talking about the bull market top time-wise? If that's the case, then currently the probabilities would be higher in 2025, but a minimum target would be September 2024. I think the target in 2025 is between October 2025 and March or something, but I need to check my monthly chart. But it's like 2025, but then between like, it's of course quite big, between like Q1, Q2, I think on the edge, like March, April till like October at the moment, time-wise. If X is going to be a triangle with wave A and B being in already. A and B. Okay, this has to be the low of your B in that case. And B has to be a zigzag, remember? So this has to be a 535. In that case, your wave C is very short. So the probabilities are not that great for a triangle here, because then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's your first, that's your A, this is your B. And then your 1 to the 1.236 is your common C target, which we haven't reached. We did reach a 0.618, but that's a rare target for C. So, and also a triangle is too early. I really recommend to only look for triangles after your wave D is finished. And if you trade a triangle, you're usually trading a triangle anyway after wave D, because you're looking for wave E to finish, then get into a short stop loss, and you look for price to move down. So I'm not looking yet for triangles. It's too early. Oh, I see, Mark. Crazy potato, it's a matter of time, sir. Matter of time. Stay patient, right? Stay patient. Keep going at it. Every day, a small step, right? Keep studying, and especially studying the theory and then implementing it on a chart. Go video by video. So if you go to the playlist, watch video 1, try to find impulses on the chart after you consumed all of the theory and all of the fibs and that sort of, and then look for the extended structures. I wouldn't look for these on the chart because those are rare, but then try to find some multi 1-2 structures, try to find some contracting diagonals and pull the fibs and see if you can recognize them. Draw them in a notebook, keep some notes as well. Elliott Waves takes a long time to learn. It takes a long time. And long being, in my case, I mean, everyone is different. But for me, it took about 1.5 to 2 years. After 2 years, I was incredibly comfortable with Elliott Waves and trading Elliott Waves. But I started to really get a very good understanding in like 1.5 years. So yeah, it's a long study period generally. Yo Pierre, bienvenue en France mon ami. Je suis aux Pays-Bas. I'm still a bit shy talking French, I think, because my French is not that great, so I'm not yet comfortable with it. But je suis à Pays-Bas. Je prendrai l'avion from Nice to Amsterdam. Lol. We are back in business. What's up, Adam? How are you doing? Can you speak a little German? Bratwurst, Schmetterling, Kugelschreiber. Everyone knows that video. Yeah, cheers, Donovan. Welcome, David. How are you doing? FOMO Sapien, I followed Mark Dutch here. It seems to happen. From the Otter Gang. Cheers, man. As well as David, I suppose. But yeah, Mark has a following. Mark is popular. I think Mark is probably more famous on YouTube than most of the content creators themselves, because Mark is a mod everywhere. The easiest way to understand the real estate cycle, rogue economics. You'll find a model that on a real high level predicts the tops based on 200 years old data. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I'll check that out at a later stage. Let me get the winner down. Koen, what do you think of wave X like this? W zigzag, X zigzag done, Y expanding flat, of which wave A and B are done. That's not possible. If your wave C can't go up. So this is your W, this is your X, that's fine. But your wave Y, I'm not sure which time frame you talk about, but in this case, if this is your X, your wave Y has to then be A, B, C. So it's a C to the downside. Unless you're talking about this here, but this being a WX, no, wave C can't go up. Also here, if you're looking for a WXY, your C is going to go down because this is going to be your Y. So your C has to go up. It can't go down. A Rattler session. I like I like Rattler as well. I actually don't have a TradingView setup video. However, I can quickly show you how I do my stuff. It's very easy. So first of all, if you put stuff on your chart and the stuff that you put on your chart belongs to one scenario or one type of analysis, then what you can do is you click on the tool, right? So I click on the brush, I use Shift, so I select all of my brushes. I click on this folder here, create a group of drawings, right mouse click, rename, test, right? And now, as you can see, I've organized my chart with the horizontal lines as well, right? These ones here, right? Now these horizontal lines are lines that I put below zero, and these are just like what's this, horizontal rays. So I just place a horizontal ray, I drag it below zero, I made them blue, and then what I do is I change the name. So I right mouse click, right, and then I click on rename, and then I make I just use minuses, or whatever you like to call this, and then I enter, and then there you go. And now I put these somewhere in the middle to create my sections, and that's it. And that is how I then organize my window. So, and that keeps it very clean, very organized, very structured, makes it much easier to find what you're looking for. And the stuff that I use the most is at the top. So target boxes, this is some statistics stuff, and some more statistics stuff actually. Then the scenarios that I talk about in my videos are always here, right? Then I have point of controls and the levels that I look at. And then I have all the backup or other scenarios, higher time frame stuff that are relevant. So these are the relevance things. And then we get to, I don't even know what probabilities is here actually. WXY is the bear market that we were in from 69 to 15. That's the detailed count. So I have it as a backup in case I get questions. And then this is trading related for diamond. And then we get into some of the videos I made, like some of the structures for the playlist that I made. So here, double zigzag, triple zigzag, expanding flat, regular flat, running flat, triangle, regular triangle, running triangle, barrier triangle, expanding triangle, etc. So yeah. Look. Did Ashley drink all your Rattlers? She didn't. But we actually don't have Rattlers in the house at the moment. We didn't get it. I'm happy with my water and tea for now. Oh, Bitcoin dominance. Probably that maybe tomorrow, because it's, I mean, I'm already online for an hour. It's not that long, but I had a crazy day. So I won't analyze it, but I guess I can at least have a look. But that's it. I don't do, because it's pretty much bedtime now. But so the Bitcoin dominance chart is always interesting. People love the Bitcoin dominance chart, even though this will forever do this. Ever. Of course, it's about the subwaves that people ask about. Now, what I think is going to happen for the remainder of the Bitcoin, as long as it exists, is to have 5-wave structures up and 3-wave moves down. And then you're going to be looking again for 5-wave structures up and 3-wave down, and 5-wave up and 3-wave down, and forever go sideways, because you can't go above 100 and you can't go below 0. So currently we just based, so I don't really have a count here. It's just the end there, and it's bearish. I don't really have a count. I have some resistance on the chart here. I used to have a count, but volume increasing. This is a bit of a grinding structure here. So if this was very impulsive, we preferably look for stronger continuation. So the fact that price is grinding to the upside bit by bit, we might move up once more and hit some resistance. But after that, I would expect at least a retracement, where in that case, one could be looking for 4-wave 4. So a 1, 2, oh, sorry. So then you have 1, 2, maybe a couple of other 1, 2s, and then eventually pop 4, 5, 4, 5, make a high, another 4, another 5, which also could be nice with Bitcoin on the weekly count, where Bitcoin then creates the 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you have a 3, and then you have the 4 that we're in now, and then a 5, 4, 5, and then that's your altcoin opportunity, no? So volume increasing, but volume doesn't mean much, it's just we look at the Bitcoin dominance. So like this, currently this is the steepest structure, so preferably you have a wave 3 in there, and this is just a grind to the upside. So in an impulsive structure, we're looking for an ending structure. In a bearish scenario, you're looking for this. It just shows that it's running a bit out of steam. That's the only thing we can really read from it. Also, welcome, John. Cheers, Cromwell. Yeah, we already spoke about the scenarios. 100 likes should be possible. I don't know what we're at. What are we? 60 something. For the anniversary. Wait. A pig and 2 rabbits. I see what you did there. Yeah, cheers, someone. Was it your birthday, Mark? Did I miss something? About the gaming console that Sue will launch. I have no idea. I'm not into that stuff. So I analyze altcoins and things, but I don't know anything about the company or whatever is behind them. I'm not really into fundamentals. Not sure how to set up the FIB. Oh, but the FIB targets. Yeah. So you grab the Fibonacci tool. You go to settings, which is this here. You change your values, right? And if you want the price, you click on price. And then you click on template, save as, give it a name, and it's saved. That's how you can make the FIB. Same with the trend-based FIB. So here you go to settings, you change your stuff around to whatever you like. Then you go to template, save as, give it a name, and you're good. until I get adequate at Elliott. And is there anything wrong with just going from price level to level, hunting for that? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, that's perfect. Because Elliott Waves does take a long time to learn. In the meantime, if you want to trade, of course, there's easier ways of trading, support resistance areas, doing things with divergences. Yes, absolutely. As long as you continue learning Elliott Waves, if that is a goal. But you don't have to master Elliott Waves before trading. Actually, I recommend also learning other stuff, because just like myself, I use other things as well in Confluence with Elliott Waves to enter position. So if I'm interested in a position from an Elliott Wave point of view, I still want to look for other signs locally to give me confidence to enter. January 4th. Oh, I see. When is wave A an impulse and when is it a zigzag? Depends on your wave 4. If we are looking for an ABC, right, and wave A, if wave A is an impulse, you look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure. If we're looking for wave A to be a 3 wave, you look for an ABC. You only know what you get when you have wave 4 in. Or when your wave 3 goes past the 1.618, probabilities increase for a 3 compared to C. But anything between the 1 and the 1.618 can be both. But wave C, most common target is the 1 to the 1.236 trend-based sub-extension, start to end to end. Right, the 1.618 is still a common target for C. For wave 3, the 1.618 generally is a minimum target. So, not hitting the 1.618 would be a bit more C-ish. However, what is easiest is to look at wave 4. After a zigzag to the downside, you want to see a bigger bounce, which means you're going to hit the 0.618 taken from the high of 2 to the low of 3. And the 0.618 is an invalidation for wave 4, which confirms a 3-wave structure. So if you're looking for an impulse, wave 4 should not hit the 0.618. And then you want to move down, making a new high on lower volume. That is the difference between those two. So of course you can make use of the fibs to play around with the probabilities. If price holds the 1 to the 1.236 trend-based sub-extension, a bit higher probabilities for a wave C, right? But it can still be both. I recommend just looking for the wave 4 to keep it easy. How do you apply your template? I draw the fib and then I just do this. I just click. I can click on any template and it will appear. But then, you make the template by pulling it, going to settings, and then changing stuff here, and then just save it. Still massive B wave. We go to 3K soon. Bitcoin to 0. Cheers, Mark. Yeah, so 15 AR. The easiest is to look for the 618. That would be a starter, like a beginner fib level that changes probabilities. But once you get more experienced, you can use the fibs as well to increase or decrease probabilities for ABCs or impulses. It's a pleasure, made Ginarty. It's a pleasure. It's also bedtime now. Gotta say, it's been a crazy day. I was in France this morning, flew back this afternoon, and altcoins is Sunday. Thank you, Major Narty. Do you know French or they speak English? Yeah, they also speak English, especially in the area where we are interested in Monaco and Beausoleil. It's a very international audience there. Like, many people speak English, but I have a French mom and I'm not raised in 2 languages, but French, I can speak some French. So I do want to get better into speaking French because I'm definitely far from fluent and don't know all the words and stuff. So I still have to study that. But yeah, this morning I woke up in France because I was there yesterday and this morning. to check up on the apartment we're interested in. Then I walked through the city, and then this afternoon I flew home. So okay, everyone. So I'm going to summarize. Weekly time frame bullish, 12-hour time frame bullish, but preferably move down for wave 2 between the 05786, right? Still a deeper retracement. On the 1-hour time frame, we touched the 886 here, taken from the low to the high, increasing probabilities to sooner or later take out this low, as any move to the upside now has a higher probability of being a wave C or a wave Y, increasing probabilities to move down sooner or later to take out the low. So that is pretty much the probabilities. Could be interesting to look for some signs of a bounce, but at the moment that's not the case. We have some bearish CVDs locally as well. So let's see what happens. But it's yeah, the bearish CVDs at the moment are playing out as price moves down. We have some bearish CVDs, so need to wait for a sign of strength, and we do have some support to the downside in case we do take the low. The first area 65.1, 65.3, and tomorrow is a new day for some new content. Yo, I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight. All your FIBs enabled to log skill? Yes, because on the lower time frames log doesn't matter, so it doesn't affect the price, and on the higher time frame I don't have to switch it on all the time, you know, like so they're automatically all on log. Because on the lower time frames it doesn't matter, and on the high time frames it does matter, but then I don't have to check the box all the time whenever I use FIBs. So yeah, time to get some rest indeed. Thanks everyone for being here. Thanks for attending the live stream. It's a late one, but hey, I was in an airplane earlier today and I was walking around in Monaco, so thanks for being here. What's up, Sarika? Nice timing. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the analysis. I'll put the timestamp in. We started the analysis at about 16 minutes into the live stream. In case you just joined, you can go to minute 16. The probabilities have just been summarized like 2 minutes ago, but I'll put the timestamps in the video and I'll go to my bed. Tomorrow morning is a new update, a video. Tomorrow afternoon will be a live stream. I do think we have some news again. Yeah, we have news at 4 p.m. I might go live at like 2:30 or 3 p.m. Central European time or something. See if we can catch the news at 4 p.m. and see if anything happens during that time, really. But yeah. So thanks for being here again. Weekly bull, daily bull, 1 hour. Looking for the lows to be taken sooner or later. Maybe first get a bit of a bounce up if we see some signs of strength. And that's that. So thanks everyone. It's a pleasure. I got this, like, yeah, it's always nice to read all the thanks, but also to you, thanks for putting some time into watching the live stream, listening to this random guy from the Netherlands. Okay, see you tomorrow. Whoops, see you tomorrow for another live stream, right? Cheers.